So, what do you think about graphic cards? Do we need them, and what else?
First, like it's I don't know why, but it shows me its price in I don't know what is this RS.
I have no clue what. I think you have to change somewhere.
Probably rupees.
Maybe that's in Indian.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much it costs in a euro.
I even I think you can change the country. Oh yeah, to and United.
It's interesting how much it costs.
Why I cannot choose Europe? I can choose only. Okay, let's United States. I'm fine, and with United States, it's okay. The top complete, I think the best one, I think the full is $1,200, and I think the average is 800. Yeah, I think the GeForce RTX 2080 is $800, and I think it's similar in euros. I think it's always similar.
Okay, well, quite a lot.
I think currently it's a default price for the top one graphic cards. I think the most
top one. Is it top one?
I think it's the newest one. I think that's a newest one. It was just released a few days ago or something. You can only pre-order it now. You can only pre-order GeForce RTX 2080. You cannot pre-order this TI version, or you cannot pre-order a bit lower version.
And you can order only 2 per customer.
Yeah, I think that's maybe if someone would like to buy a lot of them in order to have this, cryptocurrency farms and all these weird things or whatever. Yeah, so maybe that's a reason. Currently the interesting stuff that they're saying that they have up to 6 times faster performance than before. That's sounds. I'm not sure if it's really true, because it sounds quite unbelievable that you have a 6 times faster video card. I think it's quite.
Well, I guess it's like it depends on a specific game or something. So say take the best improvement in some game. And,
I think after I think in some overview from some YouTube blog or something like that, you can find out that you have just 20% better, or 20 or 50%, and 6 times faster is more or less in special cases and not always. And that's a bit weird. But what interesting in this powerful AI enhanced graphics. So I think the main idea of that thing that currently this graphic card contains so-called this TPU, tensor power unit or something like that, and it sounds cool because you have this AI whatever. Yeah, sounds nice, but as someone found out later that this feature will not work on all the games, so they have to enable this inside the code of the game, something like that, and only then it will work. So if you will buy now the graphic card, which is quite expensive, it makes no sense for all your old games or something like that. Or for your current games which you're playing.
Which feature do you mean?
This powerful AI enhanced graphics.
Okay.
That they will solve the problem of this anti-aliasing with help of some machine learning or something like that.
Cool.
Yeah. But that's kind of cool, but that's not cool, because maybe when some games will be released which can support that stuff, the graphic card will be no longer so new and the best one in that game in that area. Yeah, but overall, I think I'm not a big gamer. I would say, at least now, last few years. Last couple of years. Yeah, but I think someone will buy it for sure. Why not? It's just better if you want to build a new PC now and you want to have best PC which you would like to get, for sure you will get it. I think the price $800. I think it's manageable, more or less. I think it's average for new graphic cards. So more or less, yeah, sounds quite interesting for me.
Yeah.
More interesting for yeah.
Another feature that they are putting in this new card, even in the name of this card, is ray tracing. Like as you see, it's now not GTX but RTX, which stands for ray tracing something, ray tracing extreme or something, and
experience.
It's like supposed to bring a new level of like reality in games.
Yeah,
like better lighting and so on, but so far as I know, it's works not that fast, and the games that do support this, I believe it's Tomb Raider, like give only 30 FPS when this feature is on.
Yeah, for sure. I found a document which is more or less described the complete idea of RTX technology and how it works. Yeah, but that's more or less what you have to decide. Okay, fancy.
Like this technology is used in like professional rendering stuff, but it's like for 3D effects in movies and so on, and it can give like photorealism. So you send me a link.
Yeah, I think it's you can find some pictures like a difference with this ray tracing technology. I think you also
like no. Why it's opened in Firefox? The problem with this is it's like it's really hard to do it in real time, and supposedly now it's possible.
Yeah, it even contains some parts of code, or at least some functions which you can use. Yeah, but I think it's not something what we are doing as day-to-day job. But at least at least from pictures, it looks quite interesting. At least the difference. I think the first picture is quite interesting. That
with chairs.
You have, yeah, with chairs. Oh?
Chairs and chairs.
Oh, with sofa. Yeah. Right. Yeah, looks quite nice. So, I think so. Yeah, but we have to wait for the games which can utilize the potential, of this graphic cards for 100% or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but more or less, I do not have much to say anymore about that. So, do you want to say something more, or?
Yeah, well. Quite expensive. Well, looks good. I don't saw any real benchmarks how faster it is than previous one, 1080. So maybe it's not that much faster. And the only stuff that they bring is really a software implementation that can run on the 1080. I don't know. Yeah, so it came just this week, I guess, right? It's really, really, really new.
Yeah, I think so. That's true. So, and what do we have next about that? I think we have to wait few more weeks maybe when it will be finally shipped to everyone who ordered that thing, and maybe later after that we can wait for nice performance testing and results.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think not much to say anymore about that, so we can move forward with the next topic,
which is,
and then Valve announced own streaming platform. I think last 2 weeks it took place this Dota 2 international championship or whatever. And this year the prize pool was 25 million or something like that. And just at start of this tournament, they announced that they will have own platform for streaming. I think it's called the same way, something like Valve.tv or Stream.tv. I don't really remember. It's called Steam.tv. I think it's still available. I'm not sure if it's really available for everyone, like Twitch now, that you can use it. But at least you could watch special. Yeah, unfortunately now that was possible only for Dota 2 and only for this tournament. And now it's, I think, you are not really allowed to register or to create your own channel or something like that. But at least what I've heard from other people who watch the games on that new streaming platform, that the quality was quite nice. I think so. The HD quality and all those things, no spikes. For sure, you have a nice integration between the platform and between games, so you can, I don't know, click on something and watch them. So it's interactable, not just a picture. Yeah, and that's quite interesting. I think maybe if they would like to really develop that field, that would be a new competitor for the Twitch. Because I think 10 years, I remember only one small startup from, I think from Austria. I do not really remember name of that company. It was also a small streaming company or something. That they tried to somehow compete with the Twitch. That did not work out. You also have this YouTube. It also does not really work as well as I think they wanted to do that. So, but I think with Valve and with this Steam.tv, that might work. You have to wait, I think, a bit more. And yeah, and what do you think about the future of any competitor to Twitch?
Well, actually, I think Twitch is more like on stagnation side, because when YouTube came, I guess it was 1 year ago, it's like gradually getting more and more users, because like YouTube is stands for video and now also video streaming, and I guess gradually Twitch will lose users to YouTube, and it's losing now.
Mm-hmm.
Because with YouTube it's easier to publish a video, and it's like easier to make your videos visible to, so anybody can search it, and YouTube has a much bigger user base, like, because Twitch, like, it's, I guess it's mainly for gamers. I don't know, maybe it's false feeling, but that I think, like, when I see this, all the channels is mostly about games.
That's true. I think originally they positioned that. So.
Yeah.
What's that? What?
Do you mean YouTube streaming platform or Twitch for games?
Twitch.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess like maybe and now the Steam is like, Steam it stands for gaming, and like they probably the gamer users will move to Steam TV. So I believe Twitch will have rough times. They have to change something to keep users.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure if they will have really rough times. At least I hope they will push Twitch somehow to the changes, because I think currently it's really it's stagnating partially. I think you have something like this primes and all the things, but they're not really changing much. And yeah, for sure, I'm not really. I have no much ideas what they can improve, but maybe because I'm not really thinking on that like on day-to-day base. But yeah, we will see. And Zoya, what do you think? What would be a perfect streaming platform? What should it include?
What for streaming platform do you know? So YouTube streaming, Twitch, and what else? There are some more, I think.
Now it's Steam TV.
Yeah, there were more, but I think that was like 10 years ago or even more. But most of them, Twitch survived, and I think Yeah, not much streaming. Yeah, I think you have this Periscope from Instagram, but I don't think you can make them on same level because that's more or less
Yeah,
short streams.
it's
But you,
more for
yeah.
bloggers. Yeah, I think it can become really popular, this new streaming
Mhm.
stuff from Valve, because it's easy maybe to open it from the Steam, and
Mhm.
you are in a Steam, and then you browse some games. You
Mhm.
have something there, and you can so saw something from the Steam, and this can be useful. Why not? I think.
Oh, okay.
Don't switch you.
Check the stream, please.
Yeah, just a moment. Okay. Oh, it's live. It's back to be live. And okay, what's the sound?
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds
Hello.
good. So we can continue.
Yeah,
Right.
where we were.
Sounds good. Yeah, we just discussed that the streaming. Oh yeah, Zoya just told us about this YouTube music, and it's also quite popular. But I did not try that, but might be that it's quite interesting. Maybe one time I will.
So
I'm gonna
people
try.
that use YouTube, they maybe also will use YouTube Music.
Yeah, maybe. I think so. Sounds reasonable. So something else to say about that? That will it be somehow interesting for someone else to give some comments?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
if
know.
not, we can just move
Yeah.
forward.
Just move.
So, and the next one is we do not have a link, but maybe I can provide that. Yeah, I think it's from another one, but still quite interesting. Here you have that's about. I dropped the link. So more or less, few days ago we had two games, or more or less two matches. I think just a short introduction. There is a company which is called OpenAI. That's a company I think founded originally by Elon Musk, or maybe it's somehow I found it or something like that. And they are trying to create the artificial intelligence which can compete with humans. Yeah, and they can, yeah, kind of more or less try to win. So the game is more or less quite complex. I think originally every AI at least tried to compete and really won in the chess or in Go game. But as someone described, this game is more or less quite predictable by AI. So it's a lot of possibilities to do something that's true. But in Dota, you have some special things, something like not the complete map is visible, and you have something like this fog of wars, and you have 5 persons against you and 4 persons with you, which are doing, everyone is doing weird stuff, and you have to decide more or less to have a tactic during the complete game. So that's quite interesting. So they're trying to develop the AI which can somehow compete with real humans, and I think around maybe end of August they had a test game where they played versus just the random guys, just really random guys. Just they picked random players from Dota 2 players or whatever from the audience, and they also played versus some kind of semi-professional players. They won in both games, I think, versus just audience and versus just semi-pro players. And I think last Friday, I think they played versus professional team, they played versus professional team, and they played versus Chinese superstar team. And I think they lost both games without any chances, really. So versus professional players. Yeah, and that's quite interesting. I think they said that maybe next year it will be even more achievable, or I think they will achieve even higher positions playing versus humans. But I think currently the algorithms or at least results are not so good. But I think someone mentioned that they are playing 4 million games per day to train themselves.
Like against them itself.
Yeah, against themselves. Yeah, maybe. I think they also discussed some kind of potential that they will play in real versus real humans. Like, if you would like to start the game, there will be a possibility that you are playing versus OpenAI.
Mm-hmm.
That would be quite interesting. I would like to play one day versus OpenAI to check what they're doing, what the feelings. But this is quite fun. It's quite fun to at least when you are watching these games, you're thinking, oh, they're quite smart. They found out like nice ways how to do different moves, because more or less they just played really, really, really long time. And after that, they found out, oh, that might be kind of like useful. Let's do that, or let's do that. And that, I think, the first way to build some kind of cooperative AI when they're not just that they cooperate with each other. They're trying to understand what the final goal, how to achieve it, change decisions based on what the opponent is doing. So it's quite interesting. So what do you think about the OpenAI Dota 2 and why it's important and why it's good?
Yeah, well, it's really cool, and I find it out like it's really a win for the OpenAI project. Like, even if it loses in the game, it's like anyway shows that AI is like it can play. It's like it's not that that type AI or that like include in game and like understand the mechanics of the game and like just move units.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it's like see these internal structures. This OpenAI is like see what real players see and like work with that. And this is really cool, because this is really like substitution of human, and this is like really like artificial intelligence, not what usual game AI do. So I find it's really cool and really a good achievement.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it can be exciting to watch these games.
To watch the games.
Yeah, well, there is a record
I think
on
you
this
can
link.
you can find the record.
It's linked to Twitch, so we can even shortly go and take a look.
Interesting. What was the feelings of the people that were losing to the machines?
Okay. Yeah, I think you also can find links to watch the video where the teams really lost to AI. Yeah, but more or less they were fine. I think it's also partially a show. It's not really something. If they would compete for some real monies or something, that maybe the level of preparation will be a bit different. At least when they played versus professional teams, I think there were no chances really. And also I think currently the limitation is quite high, because they do expect to have not so much flexibility from their opponent team, so you do not really have some kind of creative heroes where you can do different fancy moves. I don't know, like instant teleporting somewhere, changing the position of cards quite fast. And I think, that's maybe kind of hard for them to catch on this movements on the map, to change some kind of nice strategies or whatever, what the really Dota is meant to be a strategy game. But yeah, currently they're more or less just 5 heroes trying to somehow communicate with each other. But that's still, I think, a significant progress. I would say it's really inspiring, and you can imagine what would they achieve in 1 more year, because they achieved it in 1 year. I think 1 year ago they had one boat which can do more or less a specific thing which are computers good at. Something like calculate the amount of health at the creeps or something like that. So that's more or less, yeah, it's cool, but it's what computer can do, calculate something. And now they are trying to push it forward to make it somehow more flexible in a tactic way and something like that. So I think it's quite nice, and I'm looking forward to see what will happen in next, I don't know, 2 years or 3 years, if they will keep pushing such hard this topic.
And this can be also a very good training system for teams. For example, if this, if it can be possible to set a level for this artificial intelligence, for example, I don't know, hard, easy, medium, and then the teams can train against this AI and make their results better. It can be used like in a way of learning, something like this.
Okay.
Yeah, well, what's interested me is like where they go next. Like, I guess video games is like easy step now to start this AI. That like because it's easy to give a control of video game to AI and so on. And it's interesting what they how they apply this OpenAI next for which application a part of video games.
Yeah, I think so. It's also quite interesting to know what exactly is the goal of this. I don't know of developing this OpenAI, but more or less it tries to enable AI to be more creative, I would say. To not only calculate some steps and analyze them, something like that, but to make decisions based on reaction of multiple players. Maybe it even helps some kind of in this autonomous cars, autonomous vehicles, because more or less where you have a lot of different potential obstacles on the road. So yeah, maybe that somehow will help to interact with them.
Yeah, I hope they will not train car driving AI on Carmageddon.
Yeah. yeah, or to play Dota while you are driving the car. That's also does not sound good. But I think more or less it's quite interesting. I think the results here they lost to professionals, but we will see what will happen in next 1 or 2 years. I think it's quite promising. The way how they're pushing this technology is quite promising. Yeah. By the way, they have open positions. So if someone is interested in San Francisco, you can try to apply and join Dota 2 AI. So I think we are kind of. Do we have any comments on this topic? Zoya, do you have anything to say about this? What do you think? How is it scary on one hand that now they have AIs which can cooperate, whatever? Because on the other hand, you can say just change in algorithm to kill creeps and heroes to kill humans and no skills but AKs or something like that, and now you're done. You have a war machines.
Oh yeah, this can happen. But there are a lot of people that are aware of it, so like I don't know, Elon Musk, he will say us, hey, people.
Yeah, but that's his company, so you know.
Maybe he wants to be first.
Yeah, that also could.
Yeah, probably.
So I think we can close this topic, right?
Yeah.
And we can move to our discussion points. And today, as we decided a few moments ago, that now we have a topic: what are the best hobbies for developers? So we are all developers, and we have hobbies or not, maybe. And maybe we can, discuss a bit what are the best hobbies for developers, why it's good, what do you think about that? So, yeah, if you want, just start. Tell me what's your favorite thing to do outside of work.
Zoya, do you want to start?
I don't know. I will maybe try to talk in general, so not in personal for me, but in general, the running, for example, can be a good hobby because it refreshes your mind, and you can then maybe got some fresh ideas or maybe think about something while you're running, and it makes some physical activity to your body. It's also good, fresh air, and it costs nothing. And also you can find then some other people that like to run and take a part in competitions, and it's really easy. And for example, the first time your results are not really important, you can just do it for yourself. Yeah, so it's like a lot of benefits in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not really something, I don't know if someone can call it hobby. Can it be a hobby or not? I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, I would say like generally
Yeah,
sport is a good hobby.
Yeah, I think so. If you mention a sport, just to do some sport, outdoor activities,
Yeah,
I think.
it can be something like that you're doing every time, like you're brushing your teeth, you're going for sports, and like it's usual
Yeah.
activities that everyone should have. But a real hobby, it's maybe something more special, something more exclusive, or something like this.
Yeah, but anyway, the sport I think is quite interesting idea. It's quite nice hobby because not every developer does any sport. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so we can make a category sport and talk in these categories.
I think sport is really valuable. I think running or cycling, it's nice because I think even if you're doing that alone, you can always, I don't know, turn on some music if you like, if you just want to relax and listen to music while running or cycling, or you can, if you want, also somehow educate.
Listen our podcast.
Yeah. It's not really. I think it's yeah, that would be hard, but yeah, if you want to do that. Yeah, I think it's nice idea to have something like sport in your life. And what do you think? What else could be a nice choice?
Yeah, well, so what I have a part of sport is like 3D printer, so to tinkering with some stuff at home. It's like yeah, then like the problem here is like it's also very technical, and I think it's good when your hobby is quite far from what you're doing during the job, like during the working day, because like it's changing your mind, like switching your mind is like, I believe is really important, and like creates several areas in your life where you like improve yourself, so you don't focus too much on one stuff and don't associate too much yourself with one area, so like you're more flexible in terms of like improvement.
Yeah, I think that's true. That's true. For sure, I can mention something. It's hard to mention. I think in other areas or in other jobs, you can for sure mention something like books. When you are a developer, more or less, the reading books is your partially a job. Not really partially, it's your job.
Yeah.
And maybe you can mention like just the literature, non-technical literature is quite good. Maybe to relax, just to think about something else. Yeah, I would recommend some books which I'm currently reading this Stephen King books, and it's quite nice. I think you can relax. You cannot really relax, but because it's like horror, books, so. You are some kind of in intense mode, but still nice. What else I could mention? I think for me is also cooking is quite nice hobby for developers because you have a nice parallels between tinkering, not with parts of and pieces of code, but more or less with different ingredients. And for sure, I think you have a nice similarity between development and cooking, that after you created something nice which looks good and you would like to eat it, you also have to clean up your stuff, and in both cases it's like it's reliable. I think
I heard that it's a good time for reading. It's like it's the evening before you go to sleep, or just in the morning when you get from your bed, and you can sort of read in the morning or in the evening.
Yeah, true. That's right. I think mostly, at evening it's hard. Maybe I would say for me it's evening on weekend, because maybe evening after working day it's a bit hard because you just want to relax and also relax your eyes and all that stuff. But more or less, I think evening is nice. And morning I think is also quite good because you're just fresh and your brain is prepared for new inspirations and all that things. And I think it's quite good to have reading sessions at morning or evening.
Yep. Anybody?
There are some other categories of hobbies, for example, handmade or creative, to do something. I don't know, painting.
Painting is quite nice. I think
photography. I like photography.
Do something with it. To create something.
Yeah, painting is good. I think more or less when you are, I think painting is quite essential for developers overall, especially if you're developing some kind of really, really low level stuff. You're developing compilers, or you're developing some IoT, which is highly binded to the, embedded systems. And you do not have much creativity, but you would like to, put it somewhere or let it go. And I think that's I think here you can put not only painting, but also maybe writing something. You can always write a short, stories and tales or whatever. Just give your expression some way to go.
Do you write something?
Not really. Partially trying, but I think it's also hard. You have to somehow make a schedule there. You have to find the time. It's also the problem all the time.
But I
think once I wrote a small blog about this our adventures at Stuttgart Hackathon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was quite nice. And now I'm trying to write another one, but you have to find the time and inspiration also, and that's hard. Yeah, maybe drawing, we tried that, I think, for one time. That was quite good. And I could say maybe a nice hobby is to get a cat or a pet.
It's not a hobby, it's obligation.
Yeah, because when you have a cat, it's like a hobby. It's not really a hobby, but more or less it takes you away from any bothering stuff. You have a cat or a dog and you just want to play with it.
Like anti-stress, yeah.
Yeah, here I have my cat. Go here. Yeah, she likes to be there when I'm doing something because, I'm not allowed to do something without the cat. Up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what else?
Also, maybe collectioning of something. It's also a hobby to collect some thingies. I don't know, comics.
Yeah, that's true. I think you can collect some nice figures. Yeah, for sure. Oh, and for sure, we forgot about one thing, which is also partially a hobby. It's not really healthy, but I think video games. I think we at my team we got a PlayStation for like 3 months already, and I would say maybe 4 days out of 5 days, quite constantly, we are playing PlayStation. Rocket League. It's a football with cars.
Again, OpenAI.
No, against each other. We are not so smart as OpenAI. And yeah, I think it's quite nice. As one of my colleagues shared with me, it helps to release some kind of emotions, maybe which you kind of collected during the working day or during the previous working day. Yeah, but I think even that, because it's just the cars and the ball, and you can ramp each other, do fancy moves, and score, compete always, and I think that's nice. At least at that area, for sure. I agree. Shooters, it's a nice way, because you just kill someone, destroy, eliminate.
Yeah.
And I think for sure it's like, maybe it's not the best hobby for developers because you're like spending 10 hours in front of your screen and now additional more hours. But why not? It can be once per week or a few times per week.
Do you know what? Not far from computer games, table games.
Yeah. Table games.
I think we have
kittens.
Yeah, it's better than computer games. Yeah, I think board games is the next level because you kind of like also building some socialization things, because in computer games you can always play, offline or like the single mode. And with with our with board games you can always just make friends, play together. That's quite fun. We still have a game which we have to try out. Maybe once we will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? You've got crabs.
You've got crabs, right? I've read rules, and it's quite interesting. We need at least 4 persons, but maybe it would be better if that would be 6.
Okay.
So we have to try out more.
We have an extension for this game.
Yeah. Okay.
Already. Okay.
Yeah. Somehow we got it. Yeah. So board game.
Hobbies, meetups, do they count as a hobby, going to meetups?
Yeah, I think so, because it really becomes like you became used to it, to go somewhere, to find some meetup, to go, to visit it, or maybe even to organize your meetup. It's also, I think, counts like hobby, because it's what people do. They're looking to do, take it part.
Yeah, and I find it really good for developers, because developers are usually not really social creatures.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
it depends,
extra,
but I guess less than usual people statistically.
Yeah.
And it's help to enhance social skills. So I believe it's good hobby for developer.
Yeah, and also I would say a nice hobby is to start your own Twitch channel.
Yeah, this is nice.
When you're discussing weird stuff, that is quite nice.
When you're discussing hobbies.
Yeah, when you discuss hobbies. But yeah, I think more or less just something what gives you a nice emotions after you're doing that. It could be sport, it can be cooking, books, or video games, I think everything what makes you happy can do that. I think there is nothing special really for developers as a hobbies. Maybe try to spend more times not really in front of your screen, but yeah, I think the nice point is really meetups. I think that's what a really nice hobby for developers, because you're not sitting in front of your screen, you are trying to communicate and find the new friends. And as you mentioned, developers they are not most communicative
Yeah,
guys.
you can also find something useful from it.
Sure. You can find, I don't know, whatever else. You can find new friends, or you can find a new job. Who knows? It's always, but it's just nice to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I think so. So if you don't have a place where to go, you can always think to organize one of them, because why not?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, do we have something to say? Or we can just wrap up the topic.
I guess everything is said. Like, any hobby is good. Some hobbies are probably better for developers to enhance some special skills that they usually lack, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's true. So
Yup.
Okay,
that's all.
then
Thank
let's
you.
say bye.
Bye.
And I'm stopping the
Bye.
stream.